Hi YouTube, it's me, Positively Udo, back again with another unedited no makeup video. And I'm inspired today by Jackie Aina. She made a video about what she wished she knew in her 20s, and I was like, that's a really good idea because I have some things to share. And I'm probably gonna keep making videos like this. Like, I'm probably gonna remake this video in the future, but let me share with you some things I wish I knew in my 20s. So, I wish somebody told me when I turned 20. Number one, romantic relationships. Here's the simplest tip. If you're in a romantic relationship and you're confused, that's a huge sign. That's a big sign. Romantic relationships are not supposed to be confusing. You're not supposed to feel confused in the relationship. If you feel confused in the relationship and you guys can't make you feel unconfused, like you just continue feeling confused, guarantee you guys are breaking up. You guys are breaking up. And it's that simple. It's that simple. That's the simple. I don't remember where I first heard that tip. But the more and more I thought about it, I was like, that is so right. That's so true. Yeah. Yeah. Nobody has ever, I haven't heard an argument where it's like, well, let me tell you, I married the man and we've been confused for 50 years about what status our relationship is and how we feel about each other and what we're trying to do and what's going on. You know what I mean when I say confused? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and even if he tries to say, or she tries to say, no, nothing confusing is going on. I don't know what you're talking about, babe. Everything's fine. If you feel, you know what I mean? You feel confused. No, that's done. Tip number 2. I wish somebody told me about credit and how to build credit and what damages credit and all that stuff. I wish somebody told me about it. And I wish not just that they told me, but kind of held my hand through it, because I read about it, but I still didn't get it, like, I still didn't get it. There's this service called the Financial Gem. It's $80 a month, and they basically hold your hand with your finances. They hold your hand about savings, about budgeting, about your credit, all that stuff. They hold your hand. And I wish that existed back then. I highly recommend signing up for that. Like, $80 for a lot of people, that's a lot of money. It's worth it. Like, your financial future, how much is securing that you make the right decisions for your financial future? How much is that worth? It's worth a hell of a lot more than $80 a month. You know what I'm saying? So I wish when I was in my 20s, when I first turned 20, I wish I had known about that service and signed up for it and kept it until I kind of figured it out. I wish I did. So I wish somebody told me about having a good credit score. I wish somebody told me about being savings heavy, because people talk about savings the same way they talk about losing weight, and eating healthy, and you shouldn't drink soda, you should drink water, you should exercise 5 times a week. Like, saving was like one of those things that you should do, but you don't know many people who actually do it, and you just kind of, whatever, not a big deal. Yeah, I'm not, who really works out every day? Whatever. Oh, so-and-so works out every day? Well, he's really good. We can't be like him. That's how I viewed savings. I viewed it as like, yeah, I know you're supposed to, it's good to do, but who really does it? Not a big deal, right? And then when you get diagnosed with cancer or you need a knee replacement, that's when you're like, oh my gosh, all these years I should have exercised. That's how people feel about their finances. The only thing is that when it comes to health, you still don't know. Like, you might have really good genetics. Like, maybe you really can get away with never exercising, gaining weight, and smoking cigarettes your whole life. You know, there's people who can get away with that. We don't know. We can't predict the future. We can't, we don't know. But when it comes to finances, we know. We know. There's no... because when it comes to life, we are given, life, we're given an abundance of it from the beginning. And we're just working to preserve it. But when it comes to money, having enough money in retirement, we're not given an abundance at birth and just trying to keep it. We're constantly working to get more and more of it. You get what I'm saying? So it's a limited resource. And I wish I took saving more seriously. And the reason why I didn't take it seriously was because as a young person, I was never in a situation where I really, really, really needed savings. And the retirement just felt so far away. It's so far away. I don't know what I'm doing now. I'll probably have it figured out by then. But here's what you don't think about. In your 20s, your money grows the fastest. Because you don't need it as much. You can survive on ramen noodles. You don't need the money as much. And that's a whole decade. Your money has had to multiply in the stock market, in whatever investments. And another thing that kept me away from saving my money in investments was because I was so confused. I was like, where do you even begin? And most, if you go to the bank, they have a minimum. You can't invest your money with them. They have a minimum. Even if you went with the worst investment advisor, that is better than just not doing anything. So here's what I wish I was told to do. I wish I was told to choose a percent of my money, or choose an amount, choose a freaking dollar amount, $20 a month, to save in a savings account every month without fail. I don't care how much or how little you make. Save the same amount every month. And then open up a Roth, or, one of these robo investors. There's Elvest, there's Robinhood, there's so many of these apps now. But do an index fund. Just do an index fund in a Roth IRA. I wish somebody had told me that. And don't complicate it. There's so many other mutual funds and ETFs and this and that. Chill on those. Just do the basics. A savings account and a Roth IRA with an indexed fund. I wish somebody told me that. I would be so much further ahead and have so much more security in my old age. Because you're not thinking about what comes with old age. You've had kids who've drained your money. And even if you don't have kids, you're probably sicker. Surgeries, medicines. Are you going senile? Do you need assisted living? All of these things cost a hell of a lot of money. And there's a lot of people who suffer. They die early because they don't have the money to take care of themselves. You don't want to be put in that situation. And if you have kids, you can't guarantee that your kids will help you. Your kids will eat your money, and there's no guarantee that they will be successful enough to take care of you. And if you don't have kids, well, you're a ward of the state. You are a ward of the state. You're living off of everybody else's tax dollars. And you have no control of that. You have no control of if they cut a program. So all of that to say, you need to take control of that. And it starts at 18. It starts sooner than 18, honestly. So I wish somebody told me about that. I wish... Oh, there was another thing. I wish somebody told me about following your passion. You can do anything. You can be anything. You can follow your passion. That was what was told to me growing up in school. Not by my parents, by the teachers and stuff at school. And what I wish I was told instead was not to think about the one thing I'm passionate about, which most people, 95% of people, have no clue. And you just create an unnecessary stress telling people to follow their passion, and now they're wasting time. I have to figure out what my passion is. I quit this job because I'm not passionate about it. Whatever. What I wish I was told was, what kind of life do you want to live? What kind of life do you want to live? Figure out how to get there. That simple. That simple. If somebody had told me to just leave the whole follow your dreams, follow your passion thing, not follow your dreams, because the lifestyle you want to live is a dream. But follow your passion thing is so dumb, because your passions can change. Your passions may not make any money. I know there's stories out there about people who are like, well, who knew that you can make money playing video games? Okay, sure. But most of the time, your passion don't make money. I love, feeding the homeless. Working for a nonprofit don't make you no money. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes you have no idea what your passion is. Your passion changes. Your passion doesn't make you money. And as much as people try to say, well, you don't live off of passion, guys. You don't. If you work at a non-for-profit and you can barely make ends meet, and you have a kid, or you have enormous debt, but when you go to work, you're passionate about what you do, but when you come home, that's still no way to live. It's still no way to live. It's just as bad as working a job you hate, but being able to pay all your bills and everything. Both are bad. Both of them. I wish somebody had that conversation with me. Both of those situations are not good situations. Instead, what are you fighting for? What life do you want to live? What do you need to get there? And figure out how to get there. Figure out, does it need to be, do you have to physically do a specific thing that, like, maybe you're an artist. Maybe you physically have to make art, or you just will never be happy. Maybe, you know what, I don't know what I'm passionate about, but I know that I can't work over there because I hate how I feel over there. I don't know what it is. I just hate how I feel. But over here, I like how I feel. So it's different for everybody. But I wish that narrative of what it means to follow your passions, I wish it was a different narrative. I wish it was more a narrative of, who do you want to be? What life do you want to live? And figure it out from there. It would have saved me a hell of a lot of time. Would have saved me a lot of time. I would be in a different place if I had that narrative. So, those are the things I wish somebody told me when I turned 20. Those are the tips I have for you. If you have other tips of what you wish you knew in your 20s, leave them in the comments below. And until next time, much love, much luck. Peace out.